Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No hago.
Yeah, Shane. You live in the best countries. You drive the fastest cars. You fuck the best things. You got the masseuses, you got the t-shirt that doesn't stick to your body. You just it's time and time again, Shane, where we look at performances like this. Don't get me wrong, we're happy with that 3 points. You know what? Big up to the chat first of all. Big up Goodness, big up Helsinki, big up Gavin, big up to everyone that raided from views. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Shane. And thank views as well. Big up Darren Martin, big up Royal L, big up Martin, big up Jalil in the chat as well. Big up AGC, big up to you, Hendon Guna, big up Pure Vibes, big up to everyone that's locked in. Listen, man, we got the 3 points. Let's start with the pros. Okay, let's start with the pros. What are the pros? We got the 3 points. That's it. That's the only pro. Because when I think about it, that's the only pro, Shane. I mean, I'm looking at the game. First half, I could ask you right now, you wouldn't even know what to say. What did we really do in that first half, apart from the set piece? And then they got a set piece back. I thought they was going to go for a draw. I'll be honest. I really did think that it was going to go for a draw. And then big up Ayers, my boy. Big up Ayers, bro. Martin Tapp as well. Listen, I thought it was going to be a draw. But then we got the second set piece coach. Big up the set piece coach, by the way. Big up to him. Again, set pieces gets us out of another game that, let's be honest, without them, we would have drawn or lost the game. I'm looking at, we played worse. We played better with them having a 10 man on the pitch. Do you know what I'm sorry? 11 man on the pitch.
Yeah.
Than with 10. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When they had 10, they played better than us, Shane. If it wasn't for Delap, it would have been, that was an easy ball to Garnacho. Any football player in the world would have just crossed that straight to Garnacho. You know how Garnacho is against us. He nearly scored. Garnacho, for some reason, he loves an Arsenal game. Raya making worldies. But again, this is the same things. These are the same problems. Every year, every season, sorry, not every year, since last year to this year, it's the same problems. Raya saved us. A lot of people are saying he's man of the match. I hear that. Do you know what I'm saying? I hear that. He saved us. And the thing is that we had an extra player. How could they play better than us with an extra player? I just don't understand. It's amazing to me. But here we are again. Same performances, same lineup, same style of play, same system. Every week it's the same. Is it sustainable? No, it's not. Happy about the 3 points. I don't know about you, Shane, but what was your thoughts on the game, bro?
Yeah. Look, the set pieces again. This has been a worry for me all season. That if there is games, which there has been, where they've dried up, Brentford and the like, and we can't win. Wolves, they're the games where we don't win. I think that's the 9th time in the league where we've gone 1-0 up with a set piece. Look, it's a great tool to have. If we win the league, that's exactly what it will be. But if we don't, the problem will be what I've been saying, that we keep depending on them. You look at the fact that they started a kid at centre-back who'd only had 2 minutes Premier League experience, and he didn't really have to do much. If it wasn't for his bozo keeper, he would have kept a clean sheet. You know, we didn't trouble them. I think when we do player ratings, it's going to be a bloodbath, especially for the forward players. To a man, they were terrible. To a man, they were all game. The win's a win. Look, this is what it's all about. And coming into this weekend, I've been saying that I'm more worried about Brighton because it's away. It's the type of game that we struggle in. Brighton have had something for us the last couple of years. The last 2 or 3 years, they've given us a good draws and they've beaten us at the Emirates 3-0. They drew with us twice last season. They've always Brighton. I've been more worried about that for a while. But with the 10 men, the reason that they had more of the ball with 10 men is because we sat back again. We sat back and avoided pressure, which is just mental. Why would you risk chaos in the box when one goal will do it in? Why wouldn't you just attack them and finish it off? I don't get it. They were counter-attacking at pace. Chelsea don't counter-attack at pace. Whenever they get the ball, they stop it, and they're like us. They wait till everybody to get into shape and they start trying to pass the way through again. It's not like they were counter-attacking at pace. So just go forward and smash them, finish it off, and take a bit of the weight off. And even the Arteta inners who will be saying, "Oh, I wasn't worried. The whole stadium was worried, and that's against 10 men. It's not good enough for me, man. It's not good enough for me. But Raya probably was man of the match. They had a goal disallowed for offside, which was offside. They could have had a penalty when Raya clouted João Pedro in the face. I've seen them given. I don't think it should be a penalty, I might add, but I've seen them given, so it's a risky one to do. We were dodgy defending set pieces, so I just don't know, man. I just look at it and go, I keep waiting for the. In fact, I'm not waiting up. To me, this is still in the midst of a stumble, because if you look at, I keep saying it, last week or last month, at the start of last month, we were 7 points clear, and at the end of the month, yesterday, we were 2 points clear with the same games played. We had dropped a 5-point lead, no matter what anybody wants to say. So we're 5 points ahead, but they have a game in hand. We still have to go to the Etihad. So if we drop points in 2 games, I reckon, apart from the Etihad, so 2 out of the other 7 games, if we draw.
When you say drop points, you mean even a draw, right?
Draw, anything. Just drop points. I think if we drop points in 2 out of the 7, and they beat us, then it's over, right? It's over. So that's how fine it is. And I think that even then, dropping in 1 could be enough. If City just keep winning, they win the league. And we were 7 points clear. That's where I worry for this club. But the thing is, we have to touch on Rice as well. He's just not being the same player because he's exhausted and carrying an injury. And he also, you could see he picked up an injury in that game. He was limping after he sprinted back. He then waited 5-10 minutes to take him off, which is just crazy. Whether it's just a tweak and he'll be fine, I don't know. Whether the Odegaard rumours are true that it's a hamstring in training, I don't know. We'll see. Timber looked dead on his feet as well. And if you add in all of these Champions League games, finals and FA Cups and all of that sort of stuff, and then you look at how tired our players are, I just think that it's going to fall apart the way it has every other year, because these players are running on fumes, Rashid, and it's the 1st of March. You know what I mean? And they're running on fumes. So as I was saying to Views, essentially there's just over a quarter of the season left, which is a long, long way to go, and probably more games combined into that than there would be at any other point. So I look at it and go, you know, there's a reason I want to smash a team 3-0, is that if you go 3-0 up in the first half, then the second half you're just knocking it around and you get a bit of rest instead of last minute sprinting back and heading the ball clear. And mentally it does you in as well. Having said that, I hold other teams to the same standard, less standards actually, but I hold my team to the highest standards. But City scraped their win as well. So, you know, I'm not saying that they're just on this mad steamrolling. They were a bit dodgy against Leeds at the end. Leeds were pumping the ball into the box the same as us. But 10 men at home, Rashid, you have to finish the game off. You just have to. But we'll get into the player ratings. But, you know, Saka was terrible, and we'll get into it. Trossard, I mean, what was he doing on the pitch? But we'll get into all of that.
100%, man. 100%. Big up PFC. PFC, I'm in the top 3. I don't know how you man do it, bro. It's crazy. Anybody that tells me it's not the manager, Man United is proof that a manager can turn a team that was 15th, that was 10th, that was 11th, 12th, to now they're 3rd. And they still got 9 games. So a manager can actually do that. But that's a conversation for another day. Johnny's saying it's on a knife's edge. They were lucky yesterday too. I'm guessing he's talking about City. We were today. We move on. No, it wasn't about. See, City actually created. We didn't, bro. We didn't. That's the difference. I'm not saying not to be lucky. We're not saying not to be lucky. We're okay with them not scoring, but us not creating is the problem. You tell me right now, Johnny, what did we create? What did we create in that game, bro? That was the same as City. Go watch City, how many chances they created as well. Yeah, they did get shots on. They Leeds had a couple of chances, but City were creating. Arsenal won't, bro. They played better than us with 10 men. What's man talking about? But it's okay. It's okay. That's that. We won today. Big up to everyone as well. Big up Helinski. Big up ACG. Big up, man. Saka's lost pace 100%, bro. But listen, let's get into this. Let's get into this player ratings. Player ratings. So first off, we start off with the obvious one. Raya in goal. Incredible saves. You know, Raya's reactions are amazing. I can't lie. His reactions are amazing. Like we said, Raya's only problem is positioning, but I feel like that goes back to the manager. But still, his reactions are amazing. He actually saved Zubamendi because Zubamendi gave him the ball in a pickle and he got rid of that. That would have been Zubamendi. That was a stupid pass, but I understand why. Because he was scared, Shane. Because he knows if he turns left, turns right, ball's gone. So he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it back to Raya and let him deal with it. No, go sideways. Go sideways. First look. First time, go sideways. But that's the thing. Raya does a lot for us. I mean, Raya's been. I know, and a lot of people are. I agree with it as well. My man of the match is Raya. I thought maybe it would be Gabriel or Raya, but I'd say more Raya. Amazing reactions, bro. He saved us. He saved us from that Garnacho chance. Because that would have been, listen, that's a top. If you're a goalkeeper, if you've been a goalkeeper, Shane, you've been a goalkeeper, you know that is a big problem because you have to guess, is Joao Pedro gonna touch it and cross
you have
it,
to wait for the touch. You have to wait for the touch.
If he's gonna get the touch, or am I gonna go left and save the ball? What's your thoughts on Raya, man? What would you give him?
Man of the match for me, and that's also a worry whether people want to admit it or not. Look. He's man of the match because he pulled off a few saves near the end against 10 men. So even with the offside goal, he still made a mad save, 2 mad saves from the bicycle kick and then the follow up. He made a great save from the corner when it was flicked on, and he dived and clipped it in the first half right before they scored the corner. Actually, he could have given away a penalty, so I'll take that away from him. Zubamendi played him into trouble, but he's Raya, man. You know, you need a top goalkeeper if you're going to win the league. Do I think he's Donnarumma? No, but I think he's one of the best in the world. I definitely do think he's one of the best in the world. And he showed it today. I wouldn't mind that if we've been on an 8-game winning run where we've been pretty much disposing the teams and then we have an off day and he says us, I go, that's what you sign him for. But this is it. This is every game now. He's having to pull off saves, right? And they only have one shot on target, guys, and they only have to. No, look, he's having to do this again. That's what he's paid for. But yeah, I'd give him an 8.5. I'll take a 0.5 away just because he nearly gave the penalty away, and he did concede. So let's get it right. He did. It's not like he kept a clean sheet, but I'll give him an 8.5. I thought he was very good.
Understandable, man. We go to the next player. We've got Timber right back. Timber's an amazing player. Let me just start there. I like Timber a lot. You know, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But we've seen him slow down a little bit. Kind of like an understatement, slow down. I'm just saying that because he's got a lot of credit in the bank. Yeah. And he's played a lot of games as well. Timber's overplayed. Since we put Timber left back against Chelsea, against Esteval, that was not the same Timber again. We haven't seen the same Timber again. He scored today, though. Kind of like saves him a little bit because it saves us 3 points, and that means that we might capitalize on the opportunity to go and win this. So I'm gonna go with I would go with a 5 maybe, but I'll go with a 6 just because he scored the goal. What would you say about Timber, man?
Look, I do try to go easier on the players that are dead on their feet because of the manager. Sorry, asking what happened to Ben White. He did his hamstring against Wigan, and this manager tried to cover for it. He put him on the bench then against Wolves, and then he just disappeared. Because I'm telling you, you can see Norgard saying it's his hamstring. This is just from what I've seen and from my judgment of this manager. I'm pretty sure Ben White's done his hamstring. But yeah, look, I suppose defensively he was all right. He couldn't really get forward as much because he got the goal and because he's being run into the ground by this manager. I'll give him a 6 point. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 because he's absolutely fucking ruined.
So context matters, bro. As is saying, he's injured. Facts, bro. Facts. I feel like he is. There's a lot of players that are injured, Ez. It's not just Timber, but Timber's the most obvious one, isn't it? He is the most obvious one. Probably Rice is the next, but that we'll talk about that after. Saliba scored the goal. You know, we haven't been defending well lately, have we? We haven't been defending well lately. I always like Timber, Saliba. Again, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya. These are my players, bro. Henkape is a new one, but obviously he needs to build on that for him to be one of my favorites. Saliba scored the goal. Listen, did he get ran through? No, but there was a couple of things.
Get the ball away stupidly to Cole Palmer in the second half, and he looked a bit, he looked a bit off to me.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, and he just doesn't seem Saliba that we know. You know, Saliba that we know. Like we said, listen, when there's difference in players, you know, if you're Mohamed El Nene or if you're Zubimendi or Rice, it's not the same. I'm sorry, it's just not the same. But because of the goal, I go against 6, same as Timber.
Yeah, he kept the ball away, like I said, but I mean, you can account for error. I like that. I said this morning that Rosinha will try something mad because he'll want to make it all about him. He's one of the new coaches, and he did. He put Palmer out the left. Nobody saw that coming, and then Palmer came into the middle and caused us a lot of hassle in the first 20 minutes. We were all over the place, and I said that when he does make a change like that, it will bamboozle Arteta for about half an hour, which it did. It took him about half an hour to put Saliba on Palmer. He then did. He put him under wraps then for the rest of the game. So I'll give him a 7 for that, but he should have taken it upon himself before that. Palmer was over his side. He should have taken it upon himself to step in and mark him. But they're also structured under this manager that they don't have that in them. Because if he was to start following Palmer around the pitch and then get caught out of position, he'd get a fucking bollocking. So it took Arteta obviously about half an hour to see what was happening, even though the commentators and us watching could see it after 5 minutes. But Saliba then, once he did, he came in and he pocketed him. He got the goal. And he was all right apart from giving the ball. I give him a 7.5 because I thought he was good given the situation case. But yeah, he didn't have crazy amount to do, and what he did it all right.
Fair enough. Listen, people, I fast myself. Do you know what I'm saying? I fast myself. I know what it means. But Kante was fasting, Benzema was fasting, Mahrez was fasting, Lamine Yamal was fasting. He scored 3 goals. He scored a hat-trick fasting. So
wasn't there 4 City players yesterday?
Yeah. Nouri was fasting, gave the assist. Shirky was fasting, balling out, little touches, you know. He was on a mad thing, Shirky.
Shirky got man of the match.
He was on a mad one.
I would have given it to Rodri now, but Shirky was brilliant.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people said about Rodri as well. But he was on a mad one, bro. Shirky, what a player, bro. He was fasting. There's so many players that are fasting. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think we can use that one, DG. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we can use that one. Johnny, I don't think we can use that one. But Gabriel, I feel like Gabriel was better than Saliba. I feel like Gabriel. Yeah. I feel like the only reason why I say that is because he made that last ditch tackle, the last one, in the second half, and that kind of like because that was such a big moment, that would have been a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Or would have been a big problem, dangerous problem. I know you can't just because of one incident say that, but like Gabriel is a big player moment player. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a big player, moment player. So I'm gonna give him. Yeah, people are saying 7. I'll say maybe 6.5. You know what I'm saying? I'll say a little 6.5. But I feel like because of that last ditch tackle, I feel like I kind of like bumped him a little bit. I bumped him a little bit. But yeah, man, what was your thoughts, Shane?
Yeah, I thought he was all right. He gave away a silly booking. I thought that João Pedro. I'm a bit opposite to you. I thought João Pedro gave him a lot of problems.
Yeah, the lap spun him. The lap
spun him. A few players spun him. Again, I still think we know he was rushed back in the summer and then rushed back again, so he's not at 100%. But he's Gabriel, man. You know what I mean? He wears his heart in the sleeve, last ditch tackles, pumping the team up, all of that. I'll give him a 7. I'll put Saliba on the 7.5. The goal just gives him the 0.5. But Gabriel did set it up as well. What a leap, by the way, to set that up. That was ridiculous how high he got.
Yeah, that was a leap.
Just to head that back. But yeah, he got spun a couple of times against a better forward line, against, a top forward, a Haaland or something like that. He's in trouble, big trouble, getting spun like that. So I thought he was good. But yeah, a 7. I don't think he was his dominant self. He gave away a bit of a silly yellow. And yeah, I thought Saliba just edged it because of what he did with Palmer. I thought, if you look at the way it shaped up after they adjusted, it was almost like 2 up front for them, with Saliba on Palmer and Gabriel on João Pedro. And if you look back in it, I just feel João Pedro had more success than Palmer had. So that's why I just edged Saliba ahead, because I think he did his job slightly better in that count.
Fair enough, man. We go to Hincapié. Hincapié kept Pedro Neto quiet, even though, Pedro Neto always plays well against us. Ola said it on the stream, big up Ola, man, and then you reminded me, because when you think about it, yeah, Pedro always plays well for some reason against Arsenal. He loves the Arsenal game. He was playing all right, Pedro, if I was a Chelsea fan, but I feel like he was trying. There was a lot of to feed off. We were set back, we sat back and we soaked all the pressure for the first half and the second half. So the last part of the second half, I feel like Hincapié did him well. He kind of like, really, really was solid. I love Hincapié. He's starting to be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's starting to be one of my favorites and one of the players that I want to stay at this club. And that back four is perfect for me. I can't lie. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, perfect mix. Hincapié was solid, bro. Going forward, he didn't offer much, but I don't think that was his job today. I think his job was to keep Pedro Neto quiet, which he did, kind of. Pedro Neto did give him a hard time in a couple of occasions, because I think Pedro Neto has the highest shot on target for this game. I think 3 was it, Shane? I think it was 3. But yeah, man, Hincapié is solid. Give him a nice 7.
Yeah, no, I thought he was the best of the back 4 for me. Like you said, he pocketed Neto. I like when he wins the ball, he's up quick and Print carries it forward. Then he's not just looking to flick it off to the midfield or whatever. He'll charge forward. Going forward, he's got a bit of tyranny in him. He whips in across. I'd have him ahead of Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber for his performance today. I thought he was brilliant. I'm a big fan of him as well. I did say when he first came, and he still has it sometimes, he gets too attracted to the ball and he gets too attracted. We've been through this. You love it in him, but I just think it can lead to issues. But he's starting to get rid of it.
He leaves spaces in behind.
Yeah, but that he can do, where he can get spun. But he didn't today. He pocketed Neto. He whoever came over to that side, he pocketed him. Reece James got in a few crosses, but that's not on Hincapié. That's on Trossard not getting back, because that's not his job to mark the right back. It's his job to mark the winger. And I thought Hincapié was great. I'll give him an 8. I thought he was the best out of the back 4. And he would have got man of the match for me if Raya hadn't pulled off those couple of saves at the end. I think Hincapié has been our best defender for a couple of games now. I've mad respect for him, and I think that when he is that sort of, seems like not a hothead, but definitely a passionate, driven player, I find it a bit worrying that he's being the one sort of calm the defense. The own goal, I'm not going to hold against him. That can happen to anybody. It wasn't like that was just, he jumped as high as he could, and that's all he could get on it was a glance, and the odds of it going in, I wouldn't even hold that against him. If he had been fucking around or something and giving away an own goal. If he's charging back and they whip it across and he can just put it out for a corner and he flicks off, but that one for me, I'm not going to hold it against him, so I'll give him an 8. I thought he was, if it wasn't for Raya's last couple of saves, he would have got man of the match for me. And I think he was better all through the match than Raya, but you do go on moments normally for a goalkeeper, can only be moments for man of the match to an outfield player because they're getting the ball all the time and doing shit with it. But as for the defense, I think he was the best. So, I've given an 8, I've given a 7, a 7.5, and it's going to be a bloodbath from here on out, though, because the rest of the team was absolutely diabolical.
Nah, fair, 100%. Ez agrees with you. Big up, Ez. He's saying he was my man of the match. Hincapié was your man of the match. Interesting. 2 Darzi is saying you guys play disgusting football, make fame such as drag with all these throw-ins and corners, but no one will care if you win the league. Well, you care. You care because you commented. You came in here to comment, so you do care. And secondly, you scored a corner. What are you talking about? You scored a corner. Is he a Man United fan? Even worse, bro. Even worse. Listen. You guys focus on what are you? What have you got to play for this season? Is it Champions League? Is that your level? Is that your level to play Champions League? Feel sorry for you guys, bro. I feel sorry for these Man United fans. But listen, Zubimendi rating. Zubimendi fucked it up with that chance that he gave to Raya, nearly cost man because of that. He got ran through in that midfield. I feel like the midfield today was very, very poor. I feel like as soon as I saw Caicedo, Santos, and Enzo, I knew it was going to be tough, Shane. It was a replica of Reece, Caicedo, and Enzo, last game. And I was like, oh, that's going to be a big problem, bro. I feel like they ran through us, bro. I don't know about you, chat, as well. I don't know what you guys think. Kevin gave him a 1.5. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, Kevin, bro. But listen, man, I don't know. I'll probably give him because of that mistake. That was a rookie mistake, by the way, bro. This ain't Sunday League. You can't be doing mistakes like that, and it's not the first time. So you're not learning. So it's even worse. So I'm gonna give him 3.5. I'll give him a 3.5.
Yeah, do you know what? This is where he's covered more ground than any other player in the league and more minutes. Again, flogged into the ground by this manager. So he's just exhausted. So the pass back to Raya was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And there's so many games now. What people giving this guy, he makes tackles that we don't see and all. There's so many games where you wouldn't even know he's playing for a lot of it. You go, was he even playing today? No, look,
I didn't see it
because he was exhausted. I'll give him a 4 because he was exhausted, but he just did nothing. He did absolutely nothing again. Not even his regular sideways passing. I just think he was really, really, really below average. And there's been a lot of games like that. I'm sorry. There's been a lot of games where he's been like that. There's been a lot of games where he's been brilliant too, but there's so many games where he's just anonymous. He's completely anonymous. When the man who shall remain nameless used to play there, that number 5, you always knew he was playing. You always knew he was playing, man, because he was dominant. This guy sort of goes under the radar a bit, and the pass back alone, do you know what? I'm dropping him to a 3.5 with you for that pass back. I can't get over what he was thinking. But 3.5, I thought he was really, really bad again today.
And Shane wasn't the first time, Shane. That's the problem. It wasn't the first time. Yeah. He does this not every game. Any game that we get pressed in that midfield, Zubimendi is going to fold. He's going to fold. If we got space, time on the ball, and we're the dominating team, Zubimendi is going to flourish. He's going to be on a mad one. But in games like this, I feel like Norgard should play better. I would rather Norgard. You know what I'm saying? At least he's physical, get stuck in. He would have cleared that. He would have cleared that because he knows he's a 5 out of 10 player, and he just, he knows his level. And sometimes when you know your level, you could play. I know there's a lot of players that have been 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 players, and they played for teams that won the league, and they were playing like constantly. Let's be honest, in it, Shane. Like you need that kind of like player where he does the dirty work. But Zubimendi doesn't do the dirty work. It's Rice that does the dirty work, and then we expect Rice to create as well. And listen, man, AFC saying 4, Blacks is saying 5.5. Blacks, you're too generous, Blacks. You're too generous. Ez is saying 4. AFC saying did nothing, kept leaving spaces. Facts. OT. Martin is saying Zubimendi not solid enough for 6 in that fast physical Premier League. Facts, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like yeah. That's the best we can give him, bro. 3.5. That's the best we can give him. Now, to our star player, to Rice, the best midfielder in the world. Now, Rice is an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10 player every week.
Except for the last fucking 3 or 4 weeks or shit.
Yeah, I know. He's been, but this is the thing about Rice, yeah. It's when he went against this midfield chain, he was outnumbered because he didn't have Eze and he didn't have Zubimendi. He was by himself, Shane. He was by himself. He was by himself against 3 players. Because I feel like Caicedo played all right, played all right, and what's his name? Cole Palmer was drifting into that number 10, played all right as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like Santos was all right, but I feel like they outnumbered him, and he couldn't be himself because he was constantly cleaning up after Zubimendi, after that mess that he makes, and Eze not controlling the ball. Because bear in mind, the best defense is to attack, because when we have the ball, the other team can't attack. We already have the ball. That's why we need you there, Eze, to control the ball, to show us what to do forwards, to show us that little bit of I don't know, magic. But I feel like Rice needs a rest. 100%, Kevin. I agree with you, bro. 5. I'll give him 5.
Yeah, I'd have him on the same as Zubimendi if he hadn't have came back to win that ball back. The one he got injured doing when he pulled, you could see he pulled up, but then he played that silly little pass back. He really nearly fucking chipped it over Roya right after doing it because he's in bits. I think he's been injured, as in strains and niggles, for a lot of the season. I think he's full of painkiller injections. People can say you're crazy, you're blah blah. I'm telling you, man, you can see it in him. The last month, where we've dropped 5 points difference to City, regardless of them with a game in hand, we've essentially gotten 5 points less than them in the last month than they got with the same amount of games played. It's because he hasn't been himself. He'll play against Brighton, I'm sure. He'll play against Brighton. If the painkiller injections go in, he'll play against Brighton. He set up a goal, but it was a corner. He had another corner that wasn't great. He was limping, going to take them. He's not right. He can't do what he wants to do. The Caicedo thing, I think Caicedo was all right, but I think he was under strict instructions just to play calm. He didn't look like the same. He was snapping into tackles, but not to normally sort of like headless chicken, which can be a good thing sometimes. But Rice I'll give him a 5 because I think he did the most he could, which he always will, by the way. He did the most he could with how much energy he has left because of this manager. It all comes back to the manager, people. People can say now that Rice needs a rest, but I'm sorry, it's too late. It's too late. You could give him 2 weeks off now. It won't be enough. He's finished. And there's no way he's ever going to get 2 weeks off, by the way. But he is at a physical state, and Zubimendi's getting there, where you are at the end of a season, at the end of a World Cup, when you need like 2 weeks in Barbados and another week, and then you come back and you start to slowly train. If the Odegaard rumors are true, we know that this wasn't relaxed training for the last week. This was intense training. It's what he does. He tore Havertz's hamstring on warm weather training last year. Even if it's not true, we know this is what he does. So for me, I feel for Rice. Can he find something throughout the rest of the season to save us in Champions League games and to save us in league games? Sure, he can. He's Rice, but it could come at a cost. He could drop at any minute. The fact that he stayed on is a bit of a worry that this manager didn't just take him straight off when he pulled up. Just go, whoa, get off. The fact that Rice doesn't have the bollocks to say, I need to come off. He needs to get that in him. He needs to look after himself. But I'll give him a 5 because he did everything he could. But this, I just fear, and I've said this a while, I said this about a month ago, Rashid, that when Roy started to have his first couple of bad games, that this is what he will be now until the end of the season. So, even but like Johnny said, to rest him against Man City, it doesn't matter now. That's not enough of a rest. Having one game off when you're playing every 3 days, guys, it's not good enough. You know what I mean? He needs weeks now to recover. He's in bits, and you'll see it in the World Cup as well. So unfortunately, the Rice we're seeing now will be the one till the end of the season. He'll still be our best midfielder because he's that good, but he won't be the Rice at the start of the season that was winning games single-handedly. And it all comes back on the manager. Just look at the minutes he's played, him and Zubimendi. What was the point of a big squad? It makes no sense unless you're rotating from the start. And I was saying this to Views, I was saying it this morning. Half of those City players were missing at the start of the season, or they were held back, or they were rotated. They're all coming into their peak now. They're all hitting form, and they're all fitness-wise. You don't see the same leggy passes when they're holding off against Leeds. They still look like they could sprint. They still, and that's throughout the team. So I just look at us. We've just flogged these players into the ground, and I feel bad now that something is going to it's all going to, like I said, I don't think we're about to hit a stumble. I think we're in one. We beat Tottenham, and we beat Chelsea. But look at the 3 or 4 games before that, even the couple that we nicked the win in. If we suddenly lose or draw to Brighton, it doesn't look like we've come out of it again. It looks like we're right in it. But can we last with Rice like that? I don't know. We'll find out now. I'm sure we're told that it was just fatigue. But if he misses even 3-4 games, man, with injury, we're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. But I'll give him a 5 because he's playing at the best he can do with the energy he has left.
100%, man. 100%. Now, Starboy Eze. Starboy Eze. Where to start with Starboy Eze? Do you know, I was talking to my friend today. He's a Man United fan. I always talk to him about it. Do you know what it is with Eze? Yeah, it's always a 10, then a 2, then a 3, then an 8, then it's just never. He's not consistent. Now, I don't want to be harsh because I know what happened to him with Arteta. Sometimes he plays, sometimes he doesn't. He's in and out of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, Eze, bro. You're that guy. You need to step in and show us why. Well, not show us. Show the manager why Odegaard needs to be injured for the rest of the season because we know he's not injured. Do you know what I'm saying? We need him out of. We need you to start every game. We need Eze. Now, Jalil, I don't know about that 5. I don't know about that 5, because Eze barely touched the ball today. I'll be honest. Even when he did touch the ball, he was losing it. He didn't give us that magic that we expect from him. Because you're supposed to be the creative spark, right? I need some magic from you. I need to see a pass. I need to see something. IQ. I don't know. You need to create. That's why you're the number 10. But that's the thing with Eze, Shane. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but it's always like an 8 and then a 2 and then a 4 and then a 7 and then a 3 and then it's just how it is with Eze. And we were talking, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, that's probably why he never got a contract or never got bought by another club, because he's 27, 28. How could you not get an offer by now? Because we all know what Eze is about. I like Eze. Don't get me wrong. We like Eze. All of us here like Eze. I know everybody in the chat likes Eze too. He's got that quality, but he's inconsistent, bro. He's too inconsistent. So I don't know about a 5, bro. But man, I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, look, you those sort of players, those moments players are often like that. They're either brilliant or terrible. There's no in between. He just doesn't seem to take any enjoyment out of a square pass. You know what I mean? Just laying it off. He kind of wants to do, if it's not a split the defense pass or it's not a shot from outside the box or taking on a couple of players, he just he's not overly interested. He wasn't great today at all. He did have that. He did really well with the little Saka flick when he cut inside and took a shot, and it was a good save. You could be having a different opinion on it now, but look, a lot of it is the system. He's not played like a normal 10. He's not given that freedom. It's a lot of tracking back. It's a lot of closing down. It's a lot of this, but he still doesn't do it as much as other players. He needs to. I'm all for, that your 10 shouldn't have to do all of that work, right? If I was a manager, that's the way I'd be. But if you are in a system for a manager that insists on it, you have to do it more. I don't think he should have to, but you do have to if that's the team you play for. You chose to come here, mate. You know what I mean? You must have known what you're in for. But yeah, look, he wasn't great. I'll give him a 5 because he had that chance. But apart from that, he didn't really do anything. He didn't really do. The whole midfield was terrible. The whole forward line of midfield was terrible. Let's be honest about it. But he wasn't one of the worst. But that's not saying much because the rest of them are really, really bad. But yeah, I'm with Kevin. I blame Arteta for killing his creativity. You know, he'll have moments. He'll have moments. He's a match winner. He is a match winner. But yeah, look, I'll give him a 5 because of that chance. He did well to shift it onto his left and take a shot.
100%, man. 100%.
The first time I've done it, Johnny. First time I've done
it. Shane puts every performance in the man. Yeah. No. Do you know what it is? You look at the system, you already know. All our forward players aren't doing well. So it is the system, Johnny. It is the system. Our best players are all defenders and a goalkeeper. What's man talking about? Arsenal or 1994 is saying Eze was quality. You did not watch the game. You did not watch the game, my bro. You didn't watch the game. But listen, man, let's go to the other star boy. Saka. Oh, where to begin with Saka, bro? Shit. I don't know. I didn't see Saka today. I'll be honest with you. I did not see Saka today. The corner, maybe. The corner that got the goal.
A couple of moments of the second half when he went on the outside where he was all right. A couple of moments of the second half, but yeah, he's not effective.
Saka, man. Saka needs a rest. I don't know. Is it rest? Is it really, Kevin? Is it really?
I don't think so. He's lost that burst of pace, man. He's lost that burst of pace. We've been saying it for ages.
Is it the system? Is it the player? I really don't know when it comes to Saka, you know. Saka, I don't know, man. For I have one positive thing to say. We got 3 points. There you go. That's the positive. That's the positive. Ez is saying 4.5 and clearly injured. I don't know, Ez. I don't know. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know what it is. But like you said, he lost the burst of pace. Man gave him a 7. Come on, no. On a wind up. This guy's on a wind up. I can't lie. How did you give him a 7? How?
They don't hold the team to. I've always said it with us, especially. We hold our team to higher standards than anyone else's team. It's the way it should be. You should hold your team to higher standards because you shouldn't have to worry about other teams. What they do is that if they go in now, these people, and they were rating City against Leeds, they'd be giving all these low ratings to the City players because they'll look at it. You know, they won't look at it with their rose tinted glasses on. Where we're just saying we hold Saka to massive standards. He should be shredding teams all the time. And if he's meant to be a Yamal level or Dembele level, that's not good enough. If just transfer it to a PSG game, watch a PSG game, and imagine Dembele playing like Saka did, a couple of runs on the outside, that's it, a corner here and there. You'd be giving him a 4 and a 5 yourself. You know what I mean? That's the way you have to look at it. You should hold your team to much higher standards than
especially Saka, because we believed, Shane, when Saka came in, we believed that Saka's going to be our star player. We thought that we're going to build the team around Saka and Odegaard. We thought that these are our guys. He's going to be our Thierry Henry, or he's going to be our player that we look up to when we need someone to finish off the game. We need someone to create that little chance. We need someone to score that goal. But yeah, man, I'll give him a 4. Shane, I'll give him a 4. I don't know about you.
Yeah, look, I'll give him a 4, man. Look, he had those moments in the second half when he went on the outside, but there was no end product. Right, there was no end product with it. So, yeah, we scored from his corner. He played the whole match. I don't know why you don't bring on Mad Wakey's pace when they go down to 10 men and stretch them. I don't. But again, let's not criticize the manager. People cry. Well, what I will say is Saka, he's going to ground still too easy for me. When you look at, there was a stage about a year and a half, just 2 years ago, 23-24, when Saka had that sort of Salah thing where he was almost like a target man out the wing. He would come in, he'd chest it down, he'd hold the defender off on the halfway line and spin inside, and he's looking to go down too much now. And that's not good enough. Yeah, fair enough, go down if you're getting kicked, or but you know, going down near the halfway line, it doesn't do anything for us. You know what I mean? There's no plus to it. I thought he was okay. He wasn't. I've been saying since that hamstring though, Rashid. That again, this is like Rice currently with how tired he is. I think this is Saka. What's up? This is the best you're going to get. He'll have moments, don't get me wrong, where he'll score a brace in a game and he smack one into the top corner. He'll have class moments, but for dominating games, 6-7 games in a row, the way these top players do, I just don't think he can do it. He's worse the pace. Grade 3 hamstrings have ruined players with less pace than him. You know what I mean? And that's it's taken away to burst the pace. So that's what I try to tell people. He was never about knocking it 20 yards ahead and sprinting like Neto and leaving him in the dust. He was about a burst of pace, and he's lost that because his legs can't do it anymore. So I thought he was okay. I'll give him a 5 because he was sort of fighting an uphill battle, and his corner was decent. His corners are always good, to be fair to him. But I just thought he struggled. I thought he struggled again. I thought he was anonymous for large periods. There'd be 10, 15 minutes where he wasn't doing anything. And I just think he needs to adjust his game. He needs to adjust his game.
He looks 38, He looks 38.
He looks like he's in his 30s. He does. And I feel for him. This
guy said Arsenal 1994 saying he's 24, give him a break. Oh my days. You know what? 24 is the peak. What's man talking about? 24 is the peak of a player. That's
Tony Adams had been captain for 4 years at that point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, bro? BBK saying because he's tactically inept, that's why he didn't bring Noni on when they went down to 10. Yeah. BBK, big up to you, my friend. I know you like Saka. Listen, man. What did we say about Saka? His end product today wasn't there, right? What do we usually blame Noni out? The end product not being there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, listen, man. I don't think when it comes to my winger, I don't really want to hear about tactically inept. I want to hear about how much chances you create for me, how much goals you score, how much assists. What can you do in those moments when we really need you, in those tight moments? That's what I look at. But I get you, BBK. I really do get why he wasn't subbed. But listen, man, Arsenal 1994 is saying peak is 27. Listen, it's from 24 to 27, 28. That's the peak,
regardless,
bro.
You're still a grown man. You're
a grown man. What's man doing? Bro, he's married. Or he's got a fiance or whatever. What's man talking about, bro? Anyway. Trossard. Trossard. Oh, my days. Look, man, Trossard. I like Trossard. Don't get me wrong. He's got a bit of tech. I like what he does on the pitch when he's on his game. But people need to understand. You know, as a manager, you need to be able to make these tough decisions. When you see a player struggling on the left and not creating and not doing nothing, you cannot play him next game. It just, when we're saying we gave him a 1 last game, so what are we going to give him today? What are we really going to give him today? Disaster. Like you said, Johnny, disaster, bro. Even against Tottenham, it's just Trossard was awful today. What did he really do? I don't really know what to say about him. Even what did he really do? I'm looking for the pros. I can't find them. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, straight up 3. I think he was the worst. He was the worst player on the pitch. Didn't create anything. Didn't give us the edge. Didn't do the usual thing that Trossard does. I don't know, man. Trossard 3. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts on Trossard, Shane?
Yeah, he was anonymous. He had a chance in the first half when we were on the break, and he just played it straight to Caicedo. He had 4 players making runs, and the only place he couldn't have played it was Caicedo. My problem with him is that when he does fuck up, it's like he doesn't give a shit. Now, I'm all for players being able to just push past it. The top players are able to make a mistake and forget about it, but I thought he was the worst player of the attacking players, and that's saying a lot. I don't remember him doing anything of quality, really. He looked lackadaisical out the wing. He looked like he just wanted to cut inside and play a sideways pass every time. Trossard, for me, is like what we were saying about Eze. There's no in between with him. He's either exceptional or absolutely terrible. And with a player like him, when you can see 5-6 minutes into the game what type of game he's going to have. Like, I'd be all for hooking him 20 minutes into a game if he's playing like that. Just got, fuck this, man, I made a mistake, off you come, teach him a lesson. But yeah, no, he's not good enough coming off the bench. This is the problem with a lot of our forward players now. You're going, well, off the bench he's good. Off the bench Martinelli's good. Off the bench Trossard is good. Off the bench Gyökeres is good. You know, so for me, nah, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was the worst of the lot.
Yeah,
I'll give him
as he's saying, he got into some good spaces at times. I give him that. What do you think of that, Shane?
For Trossard,
Mm.
he got into some good spaces. No, I didn't see that. Yeah, what's that got to do with anything? He did nothing when he got the ball, though, so that makes it even worse if he's getting into good spaces and getting the ball and then doing nothing with it. No, I thought he was the worst of the lot. I thought he looked disinterested, and I don't really remember him doing anything positive, as in splitting the defense or cracking off a shot or anything like that. He had a few moments, but it wasn't enough for me. He just looked out of sorts, and he wasn't good enough for me. So I'll give him a 3.
100%, man. 100%. Now, Tommy Egan, Glock 9, Gyökeres. I don't know, man. This is the thing about Gyökeres. When you don't feed him, he ain't gonna score. We know he's out of the game. It is what it is. People need to get over it now. Anytime you see Gyökeres not playing well, know that he didn't get the ball, and he's just not that guy that would drop into the midfield or create more. Or he did what he could. He did what he could. I don't know, man. I didn't really see much of him. Yeah, no service, bro. AFC, I hear you, bro. No service, same thing. No service. Yeah, man. I don't know. 3, 4, 4, because we gave Trossard the 3 in it. So I'm gonna give him a 4. That's Gyökeres for you, Shane. He doesn't get the ball. Gyökeres is out of the game. He's like a Haaland, you know. These are the type of players that are only there to score, Shane. Chat, everyone, listen. This is the only thing he's there for. He's there for the goals. If he's not going to score the goals, that Tottenham game was a one-off. I don't know if okay, maybe it's not a one-off, but like he doesn't usually do it. That's why everybody was like, "Yo, Gyökeres actually has feet." He doesn't usually do it because his game consists of him running towards the goal, being in the box. That's what he does, or going to the left. I feel like he could have done better with that chance that he had one-on-one with Chalobah. Yeah, but yeah, man, 4. I'll give him a 4. What's your thoughts, Shane?
I thought again he did the stuff that he doesn't like doing. I gave him man of the match last week. You leaned towards Eze and I leaned towards Gyökeres just because he did the stuff that he doesn't like doing quite well. Again, he did the stuff he doesn't like doing quite well today. There was a period in the first half where he ran down the channel and he cut inside and he played it inside and it didn't, you know, it worked. He held the ball up well, he did, but he didn't. He wasn't really fed. But sometimes you have to make your own chances. He should have got booked for diving. I don't understand why if VAR check for a penalty and see that he dived that they can't call it, but obviously it's not the rules. But he was all right. He was all right. Would anyone else have done any better? I don't know. Would that have been a game for a false 9 like a Jesus? Possibly, with the way they had the ballers in midfield. But I'll give him a 5 just because he did some of the nasty stuff well enough. But he didn't have much service. So yeah, I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, 100%, man. Big up my cousin shirt. Someone saying when you see players like Gyökeres, Haaland don't score, it's because of their midfield. Facts, my bro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
100%, man. 100%. Kevin is saying there was times where he had no support. I have to blame the tactician for it. 100%. 100%. But like Shane said, sometimes you got to give us that little bit of edge. You know, create your own chances for yourself. Ozzy and Angie say top gooners are getting carried away with it. What's new? Julian is saying one of the most best performances and was saying that it was the same performance as the FA Cup final. Oh my God. Oh, who listens to Julian, by the way? How many views does he get on YouTube, bro? Like I'll be honest. Who listens to him? The other day he was blaming the wind. Like, is man serious? Are you really taking him serious? Are you really taking that, man? They're taking him serious. It's crazy, bro. But listen, man, I don't know what to say to that. I'll be honest, bro. I don't know who watches him, but The substitutions, can we really talk about them? Barely touched the ball. I don't know. Good ball from Martinelli. Tried to create a little bit. Talk about Martinelli maybe a little bit. He tried to create. You know, he was far. You know, doing his doing what Martinelli does. Pace, cross the ball. Tried to find the striker. Tried to find someone in that box, but it was for nothing. But listen, man, I feel like Martinelli did a little bit better than Trossard. So 100% Martinelli deserves a little bit of credit, man. He deserves a little bit of credit. He was lively, Kevin. He was lively. I wouldn't give him a 7, but he was lively. He was lively. What would you say about Martinelli?
Yeah, look, he did well. The ref would have played on for the Neto chance if it hadn't been a second yellow. They had to call it back if it's a second yellow. He did his normal, just sprinting down the line, Forrest Gump style. I thought he was definitely better than Trossard, but the bar was so low. But out of the attacking players, including the ones that started, he was the best out of them, to be fair. Now, if he had started, he probably would have had the same game as Trossard because of the way we play. But I thought he was better than the rest of them. He did more in his cameo than Trossard did. Well, I wouldn't say cameo because of 10 minutes in the second half. So he nearly played the same amount. He did more than him in the first sort of 10 minutes of coming on. He did more than Saka in the time he had. He did more than Eze in the time he had. So if just because the attacking, I'll give him a 6.5 just because he was the only one trying to do something out of the attacking players. The only one that seemed to take it upon himself to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run at them here and I'm going to try and slip the ball across. He had a couple of times he got to the byline and flicked it and they stuck out a leg, so he could have easily had an assist on his hands. He's Gervinho sentence for me as well, Martin. I missed the Martinelli of Emery that was just trying everything, scoring headers, scoring 12 goals in 14 games, but I think he's dead and buried now. He's been sporked up by the Kaiser. But yeah, I'll give him a 6.5 because he was the best out of a bad lot.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Listen, people, thank you for being here. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to end this with this. We're going to talk a little bit about that Brighton game. Going to be a very, very tough game. Shane is saying that he was more worried about the Brighton game. And I hear that, bro. Brighton are on a good run, apparently. They beat Forest. They beat Brentford. And yeah, man, they were doing well. Do you know what I'm saying? They're doing well. They can play the ball. Brighton's always been that team, you know, well, for the last years. They've been playing that good football, you know, they can put the ball on the floor, they can create, they can cause us a lot of problems. Hopefully we don't go in the same way we went into this Chelsea game. Because Arteta skipped the rating.
We don't rate the manager.
I never rate the manager because he just does stuff that I don't understand.
We don't rate him over here, and I just don't rate him. You know what I mean? So
basically, that's it. I don't understand his football, Johnny. I'll be honest with you. I just don't understand his football. Everybody, man. Frankie's saying Welbeck is on fire, bro. We need to watch out for Welbeck, bro. Those are the kind of strikers that actually can cause us problems. But I feel like as a team, they can cause us a lot of problems, bro. They can create. Listen, man, I hope we don't go into the same way we went to this Chelsea game. Hope we go into with a little bit more, you know, fight, go forward a little bit more, you know, try to put them to bed early. And yeah, man, that's my thoughts on the Brighton game. What would you say, Shane?
Yeah, Brighton were 4 points ahead of relegation 2 games ago. Now they're 10 points clear. They're safe, which is a worry for me because people were saying, oh, they'll be fighting relegation when they play us. And I was saying that won't, I'd fear them more if they're safe, because when Brighton are in that position where they have nothing to play for, they're very fucking dangerous because of the way they play. They play fearless football. So I would have thought we'd have a better chance if they were fighting relegation because they wouldn't play their natural game. But we know that if teams pop it around in midfield, they give us trouble. We know that forwards like Welbeck cause us trouble. We know that when we go to Brighton, we struggle all the time. Like I said, they drew with us twice last season. They beat us a couple of seasons before that at the Emirates. I think they beat us away from home as well. But look, yeah, I've been worrying about that for a while just because of the way they play. because it's a Wednesday night, because everything just, I have a bad feeling about it. I really do. And when I say they could do something to us, I'm talking draw, you know what I mean? Not loss. I don't think they'll beat us. I don't think we'll lose many more games in the league. I think I'd be surprised if we lost 2 more. And I include the Etihad in that. I just think the draws will kill us. It's always the draws that kill us. And that's what I'm worried about. If we get 2 or 3 draws, even 2 draws and lose at the Etihad, I think that's too much because City can then afford to draw 1 and even possibly lose 1 with that. So it will be the draws that get us, and I do fear that we could draw that game. I'll know more in the lead up to it. Not that we'll get any sort of truth out of this manager about Odegaard or about Rice or about anything like that. But yeah, look, I worry about Brighton. I have for a while. I always worry when we play Brighton because of the way they play. Like I said, they move it quick through the middle. If we have Declan, there's 2 ways that it could go. Either Declan Rice plays, carrying the muscle injury and the exhaustion, or else he doesn't. I don't know which is worse. Well, no, we beat Villa, but I don't know. I do worry about it. I worry about, like I said, the way they move a quick through midfield. They've got a goal in them. They're all right at defending set pieces as well. Lewis Dunk and the like. So I do worry about us drawing that game. And I think at this point, if we are to draw that, I mean, City's next 2 games are both the teams are in the bottom 3. You know what I mean? Right. City are at home to Forest, I think, on the same night. So if we were to draw that and they win, you know, it just looks a hell of a lot different. And I have a feeling that City might try and not stat pad. They'll try and goal difference up against Forest. If they go 1 or 2-0 up early, I think he'll push to get goal difference up. But that's I'm straying from the point. I do worry. I worry more for Brighton than Chelsea, and nothing's changed my mind on that.
100%, man. We'll end this on this. Angie's saying, Shane, what chance would you give Arsenal winning the Prem and the Carabao Cup?
Well, they have every chance of winning it. Do I think they'll win them? No, I don't think so. Look, finals a flip of a coin. Finals always a flip of a coin. I just look at the fixture pile up around March. City have played the exact same amount of games, by the way. I'm not saying that they haven't, but City win that cup all the time. Every time the Pep's won every final he's been in. Was he won 5 of them, I think? Did he win it 4 times in a row? Mm-hmm. But we can definitely do it. Without a doubt we can. We have as much chance as City. But when people say, oh, well, we're top of the league and we're this and that, if they win their game in hand and it's a 2-point difference, plus they have us at home, I'd technically put City in a better position than us. Now, we have the points on the board, I get it, but because they've been there, because they've won it, because of the match winners they have, a final is a flip of a coin, as I said. But if we go into it with that sort of sitting back tactics and depend on set pieces, they don't work that well against City. Donnarumma ain't fucking Robert.
Yeah, he'll punch everything out.
That's if they play him now. I'm praying that they play Trafford in the final. Will he? I don't know. I think Pep knows how important it would be to beat us. And the thing with the League Cup final is I've said since the start of the season that winning that could be the difference between us winning the league. So I think they go quite hand in hand. If we lose that final, it'll definitely play on our mind in the run-in because they'll still have the question, these players have never gotten over the line, and it'll get in their head. If we win it, it could be massive for us, but I don't think City losing it would have the same negative effect on them that it would us for the sheer reason that they've won a load of stuff and they can just push it aside. So I do think that cup final is massive. I think it's absolutely massive. And it depends as well, if we were to lose it, how we lost it. If they were to just casually beat us 2-0 or something like that, you'd go, whoa, that's got to affect them. I don't think they'll casually beat us. I think it'll be a bit of a war. It'll be sort of Beauty and the Beast, them trying to pop the ball around and us trying to haramball it. But that's a flip of a coin. But I do think that it'll have it if we don't win it on the league going forward. So do I think we can win both? 100% I do. Do I think we will? No.
That's a different story. 100%, man, 100%. Johnny's saying I've got a 25% chance. Hey, that's negative, Johnny. That's very, very, very negative. But big up to you, Johnny. Big up to you, man. Kevin said we didn't get to see Havertz and Gyökeres today versus 10-man dusty Chelsea. He was scared. He was scared to do that. That's why we can't rate this manager. It's just crazy. He was scared to do that. He was afraid of a 10-man Chelsea. But yeah, we spoke about that enough. Listen, man. But thank you, Shane, for being here. What you got coming up?
Full Irish tomorrow, of course. And then I'll be on with Aaron tomorrow night. And then just the usual, yeah, full Irish is true. I got Rob Future on my channel on Tuesday night for a bit of a one-on-one. You'll know Rob from the chats and stuff like that. He's a proper real one. So he'll be on, I think it's about 8:30 Tuesday night. I'll have him on. And yeah, so just the main one will be full Irish tomorrow. We'll be there. We'll dissect the game and we'll go through the weekend's results and have a look at fantasy football and all that good stuff. But big up to all the legendary chat, man. And make sure that you drive those likes up on the way out as well.
100%, man. 100%. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Listen, people, we're going to redirect to North. Go show him some love. Rashid and Shane raid on the way. And we're out, people. Bless up, people. Bless up. Good night.